So they hate her. They don't just dislike her. They don't just find her a little bit annoying. They don't just want her out of their business and out of their life. They hate her.
Meghan, who pandered to all his insecurities, to all his depressions and everything, was a wonderful release for him.
The knockoff Duchess, who has basically shanked her family and trashed them on reality shows, interviews with Oprah. They've done books about them. Why would she want Meghan Markle then coming to the Met Gala?
That she couldn't find huge fame and fortune on her own accomplishments. Her problem is she has very limited talent.
In part because she can only truly be friends with people who are just like her. And the Kardashians, despite their pursuit of fame and fortune, they're not like Meghan. Yes, they were, let's say, somewhat desperate in the beginning.
So they hate her. They don't just dislike her. They don't just find her a little bit annoying. They don't just want her out of their business and out of their life. They hate.
Tom Bower has spent years digging through some of the most guarded stories in public life. And now he's back again with a fresh storm that has Hollywood buzzing louder than ever. This time, the respected investigative biographer has returned with a brand new release, and the message behind it is impossible to ignore. His latest book, Betrayal, published in March 2026, has already sparked intense conversation across media circles, and the title alone sends a message that lands like a thunderclap. This is not some lightweight celebrity tell-all built on whispers and random speculation. Tom Bower has built his reputation through methodical investigation, careful sourcing, and a research process he has described many times in his own words as simple but brutally effective. Find the people affected, find the witnesses, and let their experiences tell the story. That exact approach is what shaped Betrayal, and according to the reporting now surfacing alongside it,
Tom Bower, author of Betrayal, Power, Deceit, and the Fight for the Future of the Royal Family, a forensic examination of the many contradictions and controversies surrounding Prince Harry and Meghan Markle over the past 7 years.
Is actually shrouded in unbelievable mystery and secrecy.
There was no shortage of voices willing to speak. What Bower outlines, supported by extensive reporting from Daily Mail journalist Alison Boshoff, paints a portrait that is causing serious waves through elite social circles. The claims suggest a pattern of relationships treated less like meaningful bonds and more like strategic opportunities. According to these accounts, friendships were allegedly approached as temporary stepping stones, connections evaluated by usefulness, and loyalty treated as conditional. And Hollywood, a place filled with some of the sharpest social operators on Earth, reportedly caught on to the pattern over time. This city has seen every kind of ambition imaginable. It has watched careers rise overnight and collapse just as quickly. It has seen charm, strategy, reinvention, and calculated positioning at the highest possible levels. But the thing Hollywood never forgets is how people treat others once they think they have reached the top. That reputation sticks, and according to Bower's reporting, this is exactly where things began to fracture in ways that are now becoming impossible to ignore. 5 major relationships, 5 major fractures, 5 connections that reportedly burned out in ways that now form a striking pattern. And by the time we reach the third one, the scale of what allegedly unfolded becomes almost hard to process. We are starting with this first case because among everything Tom Bower and the Daily Mail have reportedly revealed, this one may be the most shocking of all.
It's the Bezos family as a result of Meghan's snobby treatment of Lauren Sanchez. What a mistake that was. And it's Anna Wintour too. And Alison Boshoff, the Daily Mail's editor-at-large, has just revealed in the most scathing of details why these women have turned so badly on Meghan Markle.
Not because it was dramatic in the usual public-facing way, but because of the sheer level of opportunity that appears to have been walked away from. You know her now as the wife of Jeff Bezos, one of the wealthiest and most influential men on the planet. But reducing Lauren Sanchez to that title alone misses the full picture entirely. Lauren built her own path long before stepping into that spotlight. She's a seasoned broadcast journalist, a licensed helicopter pilot, the founder of her own aerospace venture, a woman whose professional reach extends through media, business, philanthropy, and some of the most exclusive rooms in Los Angeles, New York, and beyond. Lauren Sanchez is not simply adjacent to influence. She is deeply woven into it. Her presence carries weight across industries that shape culture, status, fashion, and access. When she extends an invitation, that invitation means something. It opens doors, it signals trust. It creates access to circles that many spend decades trying to enter. And according to reported sources, Lauren personally extended multiple invitations to Meghan Markle during the lead-up to her highly publicized Venice wedding celebrations with Bezos. These were not random courtesy invites. These were direct openings into one of the most visible and elite social gatherings of the year. Yet each invitation was reportedly declined. Why?
Bezos and Amazon, but trust me, Meghan wants to be there, okay? And Meghan looks at Lauren Sanchez and thinks, I want a little bit of what she's got. But a source suggests to Boshoff that Meghan has failed to make a potentially useful friend here too. And this is the key line. She snubbed Lauren before the Bezos wedding. Meghan was invited to things by Lauren and didn't want to go. She didn't want to be seen with her because she thought she was trashy. Lead sponsors Jeff Bezos and Lauren Sanchez are also said to have soured on the couple following the Kris Kardashian birthday party incident. Oh my goodness, we knew that was going to have ramifications to her dwindling social status. You'll remember, of course, the Sussexes pressured the family.
The reporting claims Meghan allegedly viewed Lauren as beneath the image she wished to project. Sources cited by the Daily Mail suggested she considered Lauren trashy and reportedly did not want to be publicly associated in that way. Pause on that for a second, because the scale of this decision is staggering. Here was an open hand being extended from someone with enormous cultural capital, someone connected to billionaire influence, media reach, and fashion power. And according to these reports, it was brushed aside over image calculation. The irony here is what makes this story hit so hard. Tom Bower's reporting suggests Meghan strongly desired access to exactly this billionaire world, the elite private circles, the ultra-high net worth social spaces, the rooms where influence and prestige intersect. If that was indeed the objective, then reportedly dismissing one of the most powerful social connectors in that space becomes almost impossible to understand. And then came the consequence that makes the whole thing even more striking. Lauren Sanchez later emerged as a central force behind the 2026 Met Gala, reportedly serving as lead sponsor.
Paula goes on, though, that the real obstacle appears to be Anna Wintour. Now, she is, of course, the global editorial director who co-chairs the gala alongside those two women and Nicole Kidman, and she has never warmed to Meghan. Now, that's even though they had that awkward hug, do you remember, at the Balenciaga fashion show in Paris last year. However, sources tell Paula of News Nation that her patience has now run out entirely.
An honorary co-chair, while contributing extraordinary financial backing estimated at up to $20 million. That placed her directly at the center of fashion's most exclusive annual event, standing in the exact position that controls access to one of the most photographed nights on Earth. And while all of this unfolded, Meghan remained on the outside looking in from Montecito. One viewer summed it up perfectly in a comment that exploded with hundreds of likes. Be nice to the people you meet on the way up. They are the same people you will meet on the way back down. That line hit because it captured the entire lesson in one sharp sentence. And if that was not dramatic enough, what happened next with the most powerful woman in fashion raises the stakes even higher. Because now we arrive at Anna Wintour. For over 4 decades, Anna Wintour has stood as the undisputed gatekeeper of elite fashion, editor-in-chief of American Vogue, the architect behind the Met Gala's evolution into a global cultural phenomenon, a dame of the British Empire honored by Queen Elizabeth herself, the inspiration behind multiple major Hollywood portrayals. Her influence does not simply shape trends, it determines who belongs inside fashion's most protected spaces. There are very few people on Earth whose approval can alter a public figure's social standing overnight, and Anna Wintour is one of them. According to sources speaking to the Daily Mail, her relationship with Meghan reportedly deteriorated dramatically. What makes this so striking is that things once appeared promising. Back in 2019, Meghan was newly elevated as a duchess, and fascination around her was at its peak. There was enormous public intrigue. The world was watching every appearance, every outfit, every move. Anna had even publicly praised Meghan's maternity fashion choices, signaling what looked like genuine support. The opportunity was there. Then came the British Vogue Forces for Change issue, guest edited by Meghan in collaboration with then-editor Edward Enninful. On paper, it looked like a major prestige move, but behind the scenes, Vogue was already dealing with long-running professional tension between Enninful and Anna Wintour. These divisions were no secret in publishing circles. It was a complicated power dynamic layered with years of professional rivalry. According to reporting, Meghan's decision to align so publicly and closely with Enninful was interpreted as choosing a side in an already delicate internal conflict. And in elite fashion politics, that kind of alignment carries consequences. The Daily Mail source reportedly put it bluntly, claiming, "Anna hates her." That statement alone sent shockwaves because, if true, it signals complete exclusion from one of fashion's highest gates. Yet the story becomes even more extraordinary when Bauer's research suggests Meghan later experienced a falling out with Enninful as well. Think about what that means. If these reports are accurate, the relationship with Anna was damaged through loyalty to Enninful, only for that relationship to reportedly fracture too. That is not one burned bridge, that is two. And anyone familiar with Anna Wintour's reputation understands the gravity here. In fashion's inner world, her memory is legendary. Relationships matter, trust matters, missteps linger, the consequences are visible. Not one Met Gala invitation, not during the Suits years, not during the Royal years, not during the Netflix era, not during the post-royal reinvention phase, zero. And this year was especially notable, with Beyoncé and Venus Williams involved as co-chairs and enormous star power filling the guest list. Speculation reportedly swirled that perhaps a last-minute invitation might appear. It did not. Then came the twist that made headlines even more explosive. Reports suggest Anna Wintour made a determined effort to invite Princess Catherine instead. That detail says everything. While one figure remained reportedly shut out, another was being actively pursued. And when the comparison is drawn that clearly, the symbolism speaks louder than any statement ever could. But if the fashion world tells one story, what happened at Netflix tells another entirely. When Harry and Meghan stepped back from royal duties in 2020, their reported $60 million Netflix deal was framed as the beginning of a bold new era. At the center of that opportunity stood Netflix CEO Ted Sarandos and his wife Nicole Avant. These were not distant executives. They were reportedly close allies, Montecito neighbors, social companions, trusted insiders who offered support during a critical transition period. The relationship was reportedly close enough that Harry and Meghan stayed in Ted and Nicole's Santa Barbara guest house while renovations were underway on their own property. That is not casual hospitality. That level of trust reflects genuine personal closeness. It reflects a bond deeper than business contracts and press releases. And yet, according to the reporting now surfacing, even that relationship reportedly began to fracture in ways that left Hollywood insiders stunned. For many observers, this is where the pattern becomes impossible to ignore. Because when bridges this significant begin to collapse one after another, people stop seeing coincidence and start asking much harder questions. And what allegedly happened next inside those Netflix relationships would only deepen the scrutiny surrounding everything that followed anyway. What reportedly happened behind the scenes at Netflix pushed this entire situation into even more intense territory. According to multiple sources now circulating through entertainment reporting, one of Meghan Markle's once strongest Hollywood support systems appears to have completely fractured, and the fallout is being described in unusually blunt terms. The name at the center of this latest shift is Nicole Levant. And once again, that same loaded word keeps surfacing in source accounts. Hate. That is not a casual description people throw around lightly in elite Hollywood circles. It signals something much deeper than professional distance or quiet disagreement. According to reports, the reason stems from claims that Meghan had allegedly been speaking negatively about Netflix executives to outside parties, privately criticizing people inside the company beyond internal conversations. That kind of thing travels fast in Hollywood. This industry may look polished on the surface, but behind closed doors, it runs on relationships, trust, and loyalty. The second private frustrations start making their way into outside conversations, they always find their way back to the people being discussed. And once trust is broken at that level, especially among executives controlling billion-dollar platforms, it becomes nearly impossible to repair. Now here is the detail your audience has already been zeroing in on because it raised serious eyebrows the moment it happened. Harry and Meghan attended a private Netflix launch event hosted at Ted Sarandos's own home to celebrate the second season of the acclaimed drama Beef. This was not some generic public red carpet or press event. This was a private gathering hosted by the CEO himself, an invitation that signaled closeness, trust, and access to Netflix's inner circle. Professional photos were taken throughout the evening. Getty Images distributed them widely to media outlets. The coverage rolled out exactly as expected. And then, just 24 hours later, something unusual happened. 4 out of the 5 official event photos suddenly vanished from circulation, pulled, removed, gone. According to sources, the theory was that Meghan allegedly disliked how she appeared in the images, particularly photos in which she seemed to be leaning closely toward Nicole Levant, and requested they be deleted. Now think about the optics of that for a second. You are invited into someone's private home. They are personally supporting your projects, opening doors for your career, backing your professional future, and then, according to reports, official images from their own event are allegedly erased over concerns about personal presentation. That is the kind of move people do not forget. One of your viewers summed up the reaction perfectly when they wrote, "She exploits everyone around her and makes everything about herself." That comment drew hundreds of likes because it echoed what many observers say they have been noticing for some time. Whether fair or not, that perception has clearly resonated with a lot of people watching these developments unfold. Then came what many viewed as unmistakable signs of fallout. Ted Sarandos reportedly quietly unfollowed Meghan on social media. Netflix content chief Bella Bajaria reportedly did the same. Nicole Levant's relationship with Meghan reportedly deteriorated. And according to multiple reports, Bella Bajaria was no longer supportive either. In Hollywood, these small digital gestures often carry much larger meaning than people realize. High-profile executives do not casually adjust their public social media activity without people noticing. These moves are often read as subtle but deliberate signals. Then came the business consequences. The As Ever lifestyle brand was reportedly dropped by Netflix, and Tom Bauer highlights details that many found especially revealing. According to reports, Netflix's Hollywood offices became overwhelmed with unsold As Ever products. Jars of jam, tea blends, candles, boxes reportedly stacked in break rooms and common areas. The image is striking because it stands in such sharp contrast to the polished luxury branding originally presented to the public. Sources claim staff were allegedly taking armfuls of products home simply because there was so much excess inventory sitting around. Variety reportedly estimated the surplus at nearly $10 million. Then came a January 2026 website glitch that reportedly revealed back-end inventory figures showing more than 650,000 unsold products still waiting to move. The numbers triggered immediate discussion. At the existing pace of sales, analysts reportedly calculated it would take roughly 7.5 years to clear that inventory. 7.5 years is an eternity in the fast-moving lifestyle market. These brands depend on urgency, exclusivity, and momentum. Once stock begins sitting too long, the excitement disappears. And without excitement, lifestyle branding loses its edge. Tom Bower reportedly described the situation as a sharp downward spiral. One source quoted by the Daily Mail put it even more bluntly, saying, "She's spiraling badly because she knows nothing is working." That statement landed hard because it captures the pressure many believe has been building behind the scenes. And then came another shift that made people pay attention. The Kardashians. If you're trying to build a lifestyle empire in today's media world, social media influence is everything. And nobody understands that game better than the Kardashian family. Kris Jenner alone commands a level of digital influence most traditional networks could only dream of. For a while, it reportedly looked like Meghan had managed to secure some connection to that orbit. But according to sources, that relationship appears to have cooled dramatically. Reports note that Kris Jenner has not liked a single post from Meghan's Instagram accounts in more than a year. That may sound small to casual observers. In Kardashian world, it means plenty. Every like, every repost, every mention is deliberate strategy. They understand the value of visibility better than almost anyone alive. When they go silent, people notice, and this silence has reportedly been very loud. The turning point is said to have been Kris Jenner's 71st birthday celebration held at Jeff Bezos' mansion. Harry and Meghan attended. Photos were taken with members of the Kardashian family. It should have been another major visibility win. But then, according to reports, the same pattern allegedly surfaced once again. Sources claim Meghan requested that certain photos be deleted. The reason reportedly given was concern over not wearing a remembrance poppy and wanting to avoid criticism from British audiences. But critics quickly pointed out the larger issue. You simply do not ask the Kardashians to erase their own event images. This is a family that built an empire by mastering image control and media visibility. Photos are not just memories in their world, they are business assets. For years, Serena was seen as Meghan's closest and most loyal public friend. This was not some surface-level celebrity acquaintance built for publicity. This appeared genuine. 12 years of friendship. Serena attended the royal wedding. She hosted the baby shower. She publicly defended Meghan during some of her most scrutinized moments. After the Oprah interview in 2021, Serena publicly called Meghan the strongest person she knows. That was not casual support. That was visible loyalty during one of the most intense public storms Meghan had ever faced. Which is why what appears to have happened next has left so many people watching with genuine sadness and disbelief. Because now, quietly, without headlines, without dramatic statements, and without any public confrontation, all signs suggest that even this deeply visible friendship may have faded into silence. No announcement, no public fallout, no direct explanation, just distance. And in Hollywood, sometimes silence speaks louder than any explosive headline ever could, especially when a friendship that once looked this solid slowly disappears from view without a single dramatic announcement, leaving everyone to wonder what may have happened behind the scenes as it appears to be over. A few weeks back, Serena Williams reportedly received a PR package from Meghan's As Ever brand, and the moment immediately caught attention once it became public. Inside were candles, chocolates, and a handwritten note meant to reflect warmth and personal connection. Serena later posted an unboxing video, but viewers quickly noticed something unusual about it. The chocolates looked scattered and slightly crushed inside the packaging. And during the video, Serena casually mentioned she does not even like chocolate. But what really stood out was the tone. There was no excitement, no real warmth, no enthusiasm that people expected from what was supposed to feel like a friendly, supportive exchange. One viewer summed it up bluntly in the comments, writing, "Serena's video of the candy was the diss of the year." And that comment quickly gained traction because many felt the same way. Then came Met Gala weekend, and the contrast became even harder to ignore. While Meghan was absent from every major event tied to fashion's biggest night, Serena was photographed getting ready alongside Emma Thynne, the Marchioness of Bath. Emma is a genuine British aristocrat with a real title, strong royal connections, her own lifestyle brand, and a reputation for being warm and composed. Serena later captioned the image, "My girl Emma came to get ready with me." One viewer pointed out something subtle but striking. In the photo, Emma stands slightly behind Serena, never pushing forward or trying to dominate the frame. She's present, calm, and simply there for her friend without turning it into a performance. And for many watching, that small detail said more than anything else. It highlighted a contrast in presence and energy that people felt without needing it explained. Then, there is another layer to this story that Tom Bower reportedly highlights in Betrayal. Serena was present during the polo match incident involving Dr. Sophie Chandauka at a charity event. According to sources, she saw the interaction unfold firsthand, and that moment, while never publicly addressed by Serena, is believed by some to have left an impression that never fully faded. What followed was not drama or confrontation. There were no statements, no interviews, no public explanations. Instead, Serena simply stopped appearing in the same spaces. And in elite circles, that kind of quiet withdrawal often carries more weight than anything said out loud. She didn't announce anything. She just stepped back. And that silence became its own message. Tom Bower's conclusion in Betrayal is equally direct. He describes the situation as a series of broken bridges, all of them. And he suggests the real question is not whether more damage is coming, but how it ultimately ends. Because when you line up these relationships one after another, a pattern begins to form. According to the reporting, it follows the same cycle each time. Closeness builds, access is gained. Expectations rise, tension follows. The relationship breaks down. And then comes surprise when consequences arrive. One source put it in blunt terms. Unless someone offers money or unwavering attention, the Sussexes always fall out with them. The source added they are worse at dealing with people than they are at business. Tom Bower's approach, as he has stated, is to focus on those left behind by these stories. And in Betrayal, he reportedly found them across Hollywood, fashion, streaming, and elite social. Circles, even former allies, according to the narrative, became part of this wider pattern of distance and breakdown. There are also claims attributed to Queen Camilla suggesting Meghan had a strong influence on Harry's outlook. Whether or not people agree with that interpretation, the public pattern being discussed has clearly fueled ongoing debate. The 2026 Met Gala, celebrating Black sartorial excellence and co-chaired by Beyoncé and Venus Williams, became another focal point. And Meghan was not there. According to these accounts, her absence was not about public controversy or external pressure. It was tied instead to private judgments formed long before. And Anna Wintour, as many in fashion know, is not someone who easily revises those judgments. Tom Bower has made bold claims before, and many believe he has been accurate in past reporting. Now, supporters say much of what he described in Betrayal is unfolding in real time, and that brings everything full circle. The videos on screen go even deeper into these stories, with more details still emerging as this situation continues to evolve. If you enjoyed this breakdown, make sure to like, comment your thoughts below, and subscribe for more, because there is still much more to come.